you've been waiting for summer to kick off. The good news is it has in Huntington Beach, as the first event for the AVP 2024 season has begun. Here's even better news. We start now. It won't end until November, so get ready for many months of excellent volleyball action as the 2024 Huntington Beach Open continues here just north of the pier as we qualify someone for the brand new AVP League starting next year. Pardon me, next fall. We're not starting next year, Rich. We're starting this fall. Welcome inside the booth. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympic gold medalist and longtime beach coach Rich Lamborn. I didn't know it was sleeveless day. I'll hike these up.
Okay, good. The sun has come out, Kev.
Yeah, so guns out. Here we go. We have the #1 seed on the sand right now. What are you expecting from this match?
Yeah, I'm expecting electricity. We've got two of the best players in all of the world in the Taylors, and we've got one of the best showmen in the game in Sean Cook on the other side of the net. I think the challenge for the Taylors is, can they keep the throttle to the floor start to finish? Because you've got to always battle kind of the emotional ups and downs that are going to come with playing the likes of Cody Caldwell, Sean Cook. Should be a good one.
We've had a number of three-setters to start the day. Does this one go two, or does it turn into something more thrilling? Let's get to Mark on the sand for the intros.
Well, hello there. Well, hello there. It is time. It is time. It's been a great start to this Saturday morning and afternoon, and now it's time to send teams to the semi-finals. And this first team, they teamed up for the first time in Manhattan Beach last year, and no looking back for Sean and Cody. They are a high-flying, athletic, and fun team to watch. This first guy out of Newport Beach, California, two-time national champion out of Loyola, Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it for Cody Caldwell. Oh, you talk about fun and athletic. Let's have a good time out there, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, originally out of Scotland, he spells his name S-E-A-I-N, which obviously is Sean. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it for Sean Cook. And their opponents, this first guy coming out of Honolulu, Hawaii. I believe he played in his first AVP in 2013, maybe. I do believe first win was in 2015. That sound about right? Maybe like a 13, 14-time winner on the AVP Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, he has been an absolute blast to watch from his very first point on the AVP. Let me hear it for Mr. Taylor Crabb. And his partner has had exactly one partner in his AVP career. Wait a second. He played with Brendan in Denver last year. That's the one. But other than that, it's just been Taylor. This guy is an absolute cannon of a shoulder, ladies and gentlemen. Does things from the service line that we have not seen very much here on the AVP. Let me hear it for Mr. Taylor Sander.
The Taylors, as they are affectionately known, are taking Stadium Court. Glad you are with us. And you heard Rich Lamborn mention it a minute ago. Cody Caldwell, an outstanding career at Loyola Chicago on the indoor side. Played some seasons in Europe as well with Sean Cook. I did not know there was also a Perth, Scotland until Sean Cook came on the scene.
Yeah.
It was only Australia. What do you like about this? What do you find entertaining? I enjoyed the warm-up with Sean Cook. Is his antics, play to the crowd? What's he going to be doing?
He's just going to bring a tremendous amount of energy. He kind of celebrates old school style. Anytime he does something well, you're going to see him hoot and holler. You're going to see him whoop up the crowd a little bit. You just like the emotion from the kid. And, it's sometimes we talk about people getting too wrapped up in that and having it distract from their game. I think that elevates his game. He needs to be engaged in that way to play his best.
Well, we desperately need him because we have lost Casey Patterson. And fortunately, Casey is not dead. Don't let me misinform you. We've lost Casey Patterson to real life.
We've lost Casey Patterson to pickleball is what we've lost him to.
That's so true. Pickleball, the home for all wayward volleyball players.
If your actual athletic career is over, please come find pickleball.
That ball is not going to find the sand. Cody Caldwell will be a little bit too high. Mark touched on it at the beginning. Taylor Crabb, 18 victories in his AVP career. 13 on the AVP tour. Others internationally. Alongside Jake Gibb for many of those. That one over the top. Taylor scoops it, cuts it, and a net violation will negate the dig by Cook.
It is a 4-0 start for Taylor and Taylor.
The Taylors get that point. I love it. It always, I don't know, bugs me, not to, no pun intended there, talking about Taylor Crabb, a little bit when he's less than aggressive in transition.
Yeah.
Makes so many digs. I want to see him swing away more, a little bit more than he does.
And is some of that what you're talking about in terms of keeping the pedal to the metal?
A little bit. I mean, his vision is so good. You know, I hate to second guess. He's such a great player, but I just...
You did coach him for a number of years.
Yeah, and you know, that was something we talked about. I just think that it's one of those situations where if I come in and swing, you know, maybe I'm going to get blocked and sort of second guess myself in that type of situation, but so much has to go right for the defense to stop you. You know, if I make a good, hard, aggressive swing,
like that,
right there.
2 aggressive swings in a row, 2 good moves from Caldwell. Crabb at the net, scoops it, and that ball's just wide.
Yeah, the Taylors still had a chance there, but you see how much has to go right for a defense on a hard swing. They've got to get the touch just right off the block. They've got to control a dig just right. If you give them a loopy shot, even if they're in the wrong position, they've got a chance to sort of chase that down. And so I just think aggression more often than not wins out.
I agree with you, and maybe some of that's the background of playing indoors and just thinking, all right, fine, if we're going to have one blocker up here, then why not have at it? One blocker seems like a very small impediment. How about a reverse knuckle?
The underhand knuckle, that is right out of the Taylor Crabb playbook. Well executed from Sean Cook.
That playbook is self-published on Amazon, available for $9.99. It's more of a pamphlet.
They may take our lives, Kevin, but they will never take our underhanded knuckle cutty. From the Scotsman.
That guy's gone tight side-out shorts, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a throwback in a lot of ways. The side-out, the upside-down visor, the mullet. There's a fashion plate out there.
It's a strong move to take a lot of different elements from different people and mash them into one throwback look.
Yeah.
That ball does hit the tape and go by. Cody Caldwell, national champion in his days at Loyola Chicago, part of the double-double runs that have been happening on the men's indoor side. UCLA continuing that run where if you win one national title, you will win the next year as well.
It's a good run to be on if you can be part of it.
This is, of course, the winner's bracket action. We had a lot of contenders matches this morning. Survival Saturday continuing on for the side of Caldwell and Cook. They got here with victories over the Basie brothers. They won 16 and 18, 41 minutes. That was rather quick. That was yesterday morning, and then they followed it up with a victory over Hagen Smith and Logan Weber, who we just saw exit the tournament in a close one with Phil Dalhouser. That was 17 and 18, the victory for Cook as he drops that one off the cable and on the sideline. And Caldwell
working the sharp cutties in both directions, Sean Cook. The Basie brothers, that's Count, and who's the other one?
Exactly. These teams have met before. In fact, twice before, both coming last season, late in the year. That ball off the hands. It was in Chicago in the contenders bracket. Crabb and Sander, they won in 3, 15-12 in the third, after squeaking out a second set victory 22-20. So that very easily could have gone the other direction. Before that in August, and that was in Manhattan Beach, it was 17 and 18. Caldwell and Cook going down in straight sets. Now the wind may come into play here for Taylor Sander on that far side.
It certainly will. Serving is going to be a big part of this match, as it is in just about every match we see out here. But Cody Caldwell's also got a heater from the end line when the wind is with him.
Ball a little bit tight, doesn't matter. There's the aggression you want.
That's a couple times in a row now from T. Crabbs, and I like to see it. And it's kind of, you know, that's what confounds you a little bit when you've got that in the arsenal, why you don't just go to the whip at all times until it's stopped. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's far be it for me to second guess one of the all-time greats in my opinion, but we all have our own thoughts, I suppose.
At maybe 6 feet tall.
Yeah, and a $165.
Yes, same frame, same everything. Indoors, National Player of the Year. And I'd heard about Taylor Crabb. Hadn't seen him mid-season in his senior year. Finally got a match where he was featured and just went, man, that guy is as good as promised. And then, of course, years on the beach here watching him detonate over and over again. Oftentimes with Jake Gibb.
Yeah, it's phenomenal, just the volleyball IQ, his ability to read the game. You know, you mentioned his stature, but the shoulder elasticity, the explosiveness, it's...
And willing to play in any sort of format. It doesn't matter. He'll play fours, he'll play twos. As he told me earlier, he played in a 9-man, I think it was 9.5-foot net, he said, with a soccer ball in Mexico. Okay, I said, well, how long did you do that? He said, all day.
All day, yeah. He and Troy Field, I think, played a tech volley tournament, even.
Yeah, with the table.
With the table, yeah.
But you'll find him just at 16th or at 21st in Hermosa, just hitting some co-ed fours. Whatever you want to play, if it's in volley, he is down. He's DTV.
DTV, yeah.
Down to volley. Good idea, badly executed by Taylor Sander.
That's another one, however, we just made an error. I'd love to see us just crack the whip.
I'd say set him tight.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go elevation per elevation here. Challenge Cody Caldwell to get higher than Taylor Sander, right? Don't have to. Ball in the net, and we're tied at 10.
You can see the jump serve going to be pivotal for both of these teams from that far side. That southern side, I guess we'll call it.
Caldwell and Cook. Halfway through set number one, as close as it can be. This is the Gunners.
We've had a little special delivery here as we get to the technical timeout. My left shoulder is not happy about this, but here they are, Rich. They're back.
Kev, you said you were going to show up with your hammer. I didn't know specifically what you meant. But
this first one is ridiculous, right? This is just dumb how heavy that thing is. About 16 pounds.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's something. We can get some reps with that in here. I was feeling good about all my work, Rich, till you took your sleeves off. And here's the second one. We never got to really enjoy this one. I'm looking forward to hanging this one. Yeah, we do have some hammers up there. Hammer time. I like that. I don't know if I want to hit you with it though, Rich. They're having a little hammer fight. This one's going to hurt a little bit more.
That one, and what does it say on the side? We got boom and pow.
Yep.
On the side of the heavy one. We got Hammer Award winners.
All right, Bourne and Schalk, Allen and Lotman yet to come. Saw Paul Lotman yesterday. He said, man, I've been through a couple of tough matches. I need to get some rest after getting some dinner. This is in the winner's bracket, looking for a berth into the semifinals. This is the beauty of winning matches on Friday, right? You play one Saturday, and you look forward to a Sunday and some potential championship pay, as well as a definite trip into the league.
Yeah, that's the big payoff. But you do like to give yourself as easy a road as possible. Yeah, smooth over the top that time from T. Crabbs, elevating.
French fries on the board, and maybe we can get some delivered to the booth here. There it is. There's the service into the wind. Taylor Sander, who cranked it up yesterday in their match when they needed it.
Yeah, they had that kind of controversial joust call go against them, and they used that as really a spark to go on, I think, a 10-2 run to get themselves out front.
And by the way, there was a very long discussion about that joust call just this afternoon. I was privy to that one, along with our referee, Katie, who's on the stand right now. There was much conversation about what was legal.
What was the determination? Because I didn't think there was anything legal about that play.
They thought it was legal. I said that I think it was a 16. Let's listen in here. Let's listen in.
I didn't see a net. So 2 things, Steve. Did you see a net call?
I did not see a net call.
So what I saw is he's coming down.
That's what I told him. I had him below the height of the net.
Contact. Yes.
That's what I told him.
So that's a double.
Yeah.
Hey, Ref, don't worry. Taylor called it.
Caldwell.
He said I messed up.
If your first contact
Trust him more than you guys.
Don't worry, Taylor called it. He said that we lost the point. Taylor did tell Katie, hey, you don't need to worry about it. You just ask me. I'm never going to lie to you.
Yeah.
That was the line this afternoon about that controversial Troy Field moment yesterday, if you were with us on Friday. Troy did grab it and throw it into the block.
Absolutely.
Pull it back. I thought it was totally illegal unless you're playing in the Greg Akatebi Memorial Day tournament. That ball's wide. So the ball doesn't lie either, folks. Everyone knows that. 14-11.
Yeah, my viewpoint on that joust, just to wrap that up, is if Taylor Crabb loses a joust, clearly the other person has done something illegal.
It's good to know you and Taylor are on the same page. He did mention that as well. Still at the line and still hammering Taylor Sander. Oh, here's Crabb with a pickup. Difficult play not to be made. Point for Cook and Caldwell.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mistake from the bug there, because he's all over that cut shot, and rarely is he going to miss that contact.
Yeah, trying to scoop that one back. Looks like it ended up a little bit short of the platform.
Something you're not going to see on the score sheet is the absolute bomb from the service line that Taylor Sander hit, and Cody Caldwell just stuck.
He's seen those. He played outside hitter. Going to go a little tight here with Caldwell and push it through. Cook pops it over. Creative offense happening here. Sander unleashes just long. And what is the complaint here, Rich?
I think they think that Cody Caldwell lifted his second touch. I thought it looked fine.
Reaching back.
Reaching back, yeah. It's one of those ones that I'm not sure. Sean's doing a little bit of a dance, showcasing the move his partner made. It's one of those ones, I think. Let's see if we get a look.
That to me looked clean.
Yeah, it looked clean. It came off his hand quickly. Obviously, it's got to stop there for it to be a lift. You know, open hand, it's always a little bit dicey. Does it hit the palm? Did it hit the fingers? Thought it looked good.
Crabb again, and he'll put that one into the angle with a little bit of extra emphasis.
And we've seen those controversial calls work as a little bit of an ignition for the Taylors. See if that remains the case here in this first set.
Well, despite a couple of moments of controversy, they've been pretty well in control of this, kind of casual control. Still leading, not large, but ahead comfortably, it appears in the flow of the game.
You always, from the with the coach's hat on, you get a little nitpicky, right? There's been a couple plays that they've had just a little loosely that could have extended this lead, that you like to, you know, when you're debriefing, you like to kind of focus on those things. I agree with you that they've been smooth throughout, but that's kind of the rub. Taking yourself to that elite level is making every possible play.
Hugh McCutcheon's proud of you right now, Rich Lamborn, because you, the coach, are perpetually dissatisfied. That is your job.
That's how you describe the coaching profession, perpetual dissatisfaction?
Yes.
So that's probably a fair characterization.
All right, so Sander on the other side here with the wind at his back, being on the north side of the court. He will go float serve versus jump. And work on Caldwell. Fast set. And a bigger block. Sander with a big move to his right.
Yeah, that is a tremendous move into the line. Well timed.
17-14.
Have a look.
It's a guy who plays bigger than his height in the blocking scheme.
Oh, without a doubt.
And always has.
Yeah, every aspect of his game kind of belies his. I mean, he's 6'4". He's not a small guy, but that's not big blocker height by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah.
That ball also out, so you get a stuff and then an error. Very common back-to-back play in the sport of volleyball.
Good tactical sort of mix-up by the Taylors, going big line block, dive into the angle that time to leave it open.
Same fast set. This time the line shot is good. Looks like Sanders set up a little further inside left.
Well, that set had a little bit more tempo to it, right? We saw the stuff he got. He had that little lateral step, big move to the line. He didn't have time to get all the way out there this time. Cody pays it off.
On the outer court, Savvy Simo and Abby Van Winkle are on the cusp of eliminating Alex Kleinman and April Ross in their return to the sand. First tournament together since 2021, and it is April Ross on the left in the foreground there, covering, and she will transition and win the point. You know it's April Ross just the moment you flash there and she's in service reception. You go, oh, April. Hands out, very characteristic of the legendary women's player who has all 3 colors of medals you can earn at the Olympic Games.
Yeah, I said earlier that that's the brand of Neapolitan you want. A
No
gold,
doubt.
a silver, and a bronze.
No doubt. Now we continue in stadium here. 1916, the Taylors looking for a first set victory. There's a swing and a pop over. The on-one might have worked, but it was out of bounds, and we're up to a set point for the #1 seed.
And you could call this confirmation bias if you want, but I feel like I'm seeing a little added aggression here in the latter stages of this set from Taylor Crabb, and I'm here for it, Kev.
The confirmation bias or the aggression?
Both.
Okay, good. Cook, speaking of aggression, powers that one through the middle, but they're going to have to do some work here on the service of Sean Cook.
From the bad side, no less.
Mullet power activate is what you need right now.
And we talked about his sartorial choices out there, but if that's what my thighs look like, I'd wear short shorts as well.
It's actually going to be Caldwell. Set point. Ball tight. Sander tight. Tries to push it. Does not get the touch. I wouldn't argue this one too much. You still have a good distance. And your side knot. You're one of the best side out teams on the beach.
Yeah, and that didn't look like there was a touch. I do appreciate the attempts to celebrate your way to a call.
Simo and Van Winkle going back and forth across the net, trying to get to 20. And getting off 20 there is Taylor Sander with a nice high attack off the hands. 21-18. Set #1 is over in stadium. The #1 seed, business as usual. Simo and Van Winkle keeping track there. I hope you have a 2-screen experience going normally. We've got the 2-box for you. Kleinman and Ross at 19 apiece. Ooh. Maybe the A team stays in it.
The net to contact the player. That isn't a net foul. So you can chat with Steve, but I think if there was that, it's probably wind aided and not a fall.
And the hands weren't even close.
I didn't think there were a double. No, sir. And that was ultimately my focus because I got Steve on the net. Okay.
The hands were good.
He's asking about, that was back-to-back sets, kind of tight passes. Taylor Crabb, though, with incredible wrist mobility, just almost puts those things backwards and goes and grabs that ball, sets it beautifully. I don't think there was a call to be made there.
Just like Friday, here on Saturday, we are primed for the Derby. In fact, we have added harnesses to our miniature horses.
And hopefully you have warmed up your ACLs and your MCLs if you are competing in this contest.
All right, Big Mac, Fireball, and Gorilla Mind are the horses. I'm not sure which of those I want.
Big Mac, Gorilla Mind, and Fireball?
Yeah, I definitely don't want Gorilla Mind. You don't want some sort of crazy horse. All right. How do your knees feel now, and how will they feel in about 2.5 minutes is the question for these contestants as we get ready for the Derby.
I hope Fireball wins because I know what DJ Rouchet is going to queue up.
And we had a photo finish yesterday, much like the Kentucky Derby. Mark's going through the rules, and this is when being small is definitely to your advantage. Here we go, we're off.
Yeah.
One lap around the court. Off to a strong start, but a little bit out over the front is the blue shirt.
Yeah.
Light blue in second, but he's looking a little sketchy. He looks tired already.
This is just like set one of any exercise you've ever done, Kev. It feels like it's not that bad, but we're getting into set number 2 right here as we take the turn.
I like the strategy here, going under the pole as our female contestant and taking the lead. That's smart.
Clearly the
Very
only
smart.
mathematician in the bunch knowing the shortest distance, Kev. A straight line.
And now it's all falling apart for the dudes in the back.
And guess which horse that is, Kevin? That is indeed Fireball.
Fireball up front.
Oh, no!
Over the front. She picks it up. Here in Dusty Huntington. Oh, a little bit of vertical action there and across the line. A definite win for Fireball. And now medical attention needed. Congratulations, you the winner have earned a trip to the ER.
Can you call the medical timeout as a contest participant?
Unfortunately, this is the one contest we do that has
Now here was down the home stretch, and sometimes you just catch a hoof.
Hey, that's why you build a big lead, so you can withstand some hiccups.
Oh, and Sean Cook coming out and giving away a visor to the winner, his own equipment. I like that. A side out visor.
Clearly his money was on Fireball as well.
You want to place your bets for tomorrow's Derby, let us know. All right, back to action here, second set. Let's take a look back at court 1 and see about the conclusion of that second set. Updated out there, 21-19. A nice push from the A team to finish it off. I'm just happy to see Alex Kleiman tweaked her left foot yesterday. I'm happy to see her in action and pushing forward in this match. So 19-21 in that second set. They have flip-flop scores and they will play a third. We're here in our sun-dappled location, high in the tower above. Stadium Court. Come and see us tomorrow. We have one more day of action. Sundays, always exceptional. The volleyball top shelf.
Indeed, and I would encourage you to come join us this afternoon if you're close.
Sure.
We still got plenty of great action to come.
Yeah, Saturday nights, generally off the chain. Some of DJ Richey's best moments in stadium, getting the crowd going, adding to the ambiance that come on Saturday nights.
He rolls you right from Stadium Court onto Main Street so you can continue to rage.
That's right. If you're looking to rage hot before the sun goes down, he's got you. Remember what's on the line here. Not only bragging rights here in Huntington Beach, the normal thing that in a heritage event you're going to earn the championship paycheck, the right to call yourself an AVP champion, but also you get an automatic bid into the AVP League and guarantee yourself an opportunity to win in the prize pool starting in September all the way to November. 8 weeks of league play leading to our championship weekend at the beginning of November. 8 teams in the league. Oh, 2 digs in a row. Turn, chop, Cook, turn, chop, angle, and that will be a giant tuna.
That is a giant tuna indeed, and the paddles were out. Crabs scooping.
Now you talk about Sean Cook and the way he plays to the crowd, kind of old school. Taylor Crabb, the most understated big digs in the history of the game.
Yeah.
I'm just here. He's going to read this one, and that'll be off the block and unretrievable. So do yourself a favor, look forward to the AVP League. We're going to have 2 days of volleyball across America featuring the best players in the game.
Now, Crab's firmly established in the world of beach volleyball now, but that's kind of been the way his career's gone, right, as he sneaks up on everyone at his size, and his game is enormous.
Another slap there. Can he get a swing? No. Touch off the block. Here we go. Caldwell tries to feed Cook, and it's out.
Oh, it's out of bounds.
All right, Sugar Ray.
Yeah. Doing a little speed bag work on the ref stand, Sean Cook, in between points, and getting a pat on the head from our up official, Kathy.
Would have said butterbean, but that'd be hurtful.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, nice little drop by Caldwell. Call that the Lucena. Right off the heel of the hand.
I feel like there was a Jersey fighter that Tyson faced early on that kind of had a similar hairstyle to Sean Cook. I'll have to see if I can come up with that name.
One of the sandbags that he beat early on. Is that where,
just
where you're at?
Just somebody who's no doubt suffering from CT as a result of that one fight.
Gosh, I was watching some Tyson highlights recently. I mean, I watched it growing up live, but that one off the cable and goes out. To rewatch and the punishment and just the frightening speed of that man. How much would it cost for you to get in the ring with Mike Tyson today?
Well,
Jake Paul's about to get his head handed to him.
Yeah, I agree with that assessment, and whatever the number Jake Paul is making is probably about what I would want as well.
Perfect. Oh, Cody Caldwell in the pogo room. That time Sander got the contact. Can he get the win? No, it's Caldwell again. And the hammers are out.
The hammers are out. Sean Cook keeping his rotator cuffs loose in celebration.
That ball's going to be tight and snuck just past Cody Caldwell. 5 apiece, lots of great action, even just to get the first 10 points on the board here in the second set. Kevin Barnett alongside Olympic gold medalist Rich Lamborn, longtime beach coach for Taylor Crabb, who's out there now with Taylor Sander. Sander ripping into that wind once again. Cook fighting it off. That's going to be really tight, dangerous play. And into the net goes CIN Cook. He's going to argue about it, but not really. As the A team, look at them coming back 5-1 against the youngsters. Well, that'll be 5-2 off of that block there. Remember, we have outer court action. We've got Rob and Victoria on the mic out there. Roll shot winner from Taylor Sander on Stadium.
And that was the knee buckler.
I love a good cut shot from the line.
Yeah, it's unbelievable because he obviously has the whip, but he does such a good job of disguising that short one. Everything looks the same as the hammer, and then he just rolls over the top of it, confounds Cody Caldwell on that one.
Not enough people have that skill these days in any discipline of volleyball, even grass. Now that ball looked like it blew past the block of Taylor Sander.
Kind of pushed out. Caldwell just going with it and absolutely annihilating one down the line.
Out on the outer courts, that's April Ross on the left. There's the service reception. And that one will go into the net. Their lead now 6-3 in that race to 15 to stay alive. A Contenders bracket matchup for the A team. Last time they didn't make a final when they entered an AVP Tour event, as that ball is just wide, was San Francisco 2018. They're trying to keep that run going, but a challenge in their return to the sand. Wayne Stadium, that would have been incredible as Alex Kleiman blocks yet another ball, and it's 7-3. The wheels may be off for Simo and Van Winkle.
Yeah, it's bad news if Kleiman starts lining you up.
We'll keep an eye on the score. You can too. Of course, you can tune in with your second device and enjoy everything we have to offer here from Huntington Beach. It's 7-7 on Stadium. Cody Caldwell at the line. Cook tight, nice set. This time he'll swing, and it's Sander this time who is Lord above the cable.
Yeah, he went up big. Those paws into the seam. Sean Cook trying to stay high, but Sander equal to the task on that attempt.
Yeah, Sander, Duke of York for the moment.
Good little knuckle drop over the top.
Hey, this or this.
That's quite a few plays in this match where great defensive plays have been made. Then the payoff has been a hitting error. Both sides, so maybe it all evens out in the end. I'd like to see a little more precision for both of these squads in execution.
Sander can't get enough of that one. Both teams doing a lot of swinging at the net.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, that's a strength of both of their games. There's no kind of finding your way to the finish line tentatively, I tend to think, Kev.
I agree. I think most coaches would agree with you there. Update on our other Contenders bracket elimination match happening on the men's side. Jake Dietrich and Leela Tucker. They are down 1-0 against Jordan Hoppy, and James Shaw are having themselves a beautiful open to the 2024 season. It is 18-all in the second. Hoppy and Shaw up 1-0. And April and Alex look like they're going to stay alive. 11-5. They are rolling out there now over Savvy Simo and Abby Van Winkle.
Kind of what we saw from them in their opener against the other UCLA girls. Tested, lost the second, but really found their rhythm in the third to run away with it.
Finding his rhythm from the service line with the wind at his back is Taylor Crabb. He drops that one right over the edge. 12-9 now the lead for the #1 seed.
12-9. Taylor. And Taylor up 1-0. Loser of this match goes to the final round of the Contenders bracket to start.
Stadium court, technical timeout in set number 2. 4 aces, one of the big defining characteristics of this match between Crabb Sander and Caldwell Cook. All of them on the side of Crabb and Sander.
High enough set for him and go
Yeah, when you're facing a serve the likes of Sanders' jump serve, you don't want to give away freebies in the form of short float serve aces to T. Crabbs.
Me keep floating on this side, or you want me to jump as well?
I'd like for you to go for it from position. Yeah, for sure. Because if Cody doesn't make that remarkableness set, you got the points.
That middle ball, that last serve, they didn't want it.
They didn't want it, no. And that seam one, they're both passing off the net, so I love our chances that win those passes. Hey, this is our side. Take advantage of this, boys, after everything that's happened.
Now this is our side, the call.
No milk will ever be our milk.
What is that from?
That's a little Billy Madison, old school.
Oh, no, I watched about 25 minutes of Billy Madison. I'm like, this is just Adam Sandler having jumped the shark.
Oh, really?
He took a paycheck on this one.
Oh, no. You're thinking of the wrong movie then. That was early Adam Sandler.
No. Happy Gilmore.
All right. Everybody watching with us on YouTube, please chime in that Kevin is dead wrong on this.
I know I'm going to lose this argument. I'm aware. I'm also not a huge fan of Nutella, and I'm aware that I'm losing that argument also.
I'm with you on that, though.
Okay, good. Solidarity. You and me on one side, the rest of the world on the other. Fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have our fleeting moments of solidarity, you and I.
Now, a Magnum bar, when it comes to European sweet treats, yes. Of any flavor, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to have a white wash it down with an almond. Cut shot there. All right, 13-10 there. Let's give you a look at Kleiman, Ross, Simo, and Van Winkle. That one looks like it's pretty well wrapped up for Kleiman and Ross. They will continue on in the tournament. 13-7 now in that set. In stadium, that one trickles over. How much do you think that the experience and attitude right now for Alex and April of kind of gratitude plays into their comebacks?
Of gratitude?
Well, meaning that like they're here on their own terms, right?
Sure.
They talked yesterday about trying to keep the expectations low. And they're talking about internal expectations.
Yeah, I would certainly think that that has to be a challenge because they've obviously reached the mountaintop, as we well know. And so when you take some time off, you come back to the sand. It's hard to not expect to pick up where you left off, even though realistically you know that's not going to happen. So I would think that expectation management is huge. But yeah, I would think you having, you know, a kid in tow and kind of a family and other great life experiences that you found in the last couple years make gratitude a pretty easy thing to come by.
Yeah, I know. I felt like I got better when I had kids because the responsibilities were more important. To put volleyball in a more rightful place in my life where it had been at the top. It's never belonged there. Sure. It's not a good way to define yourself by the sport, by your individual play on that day or that weekend or that tournament or whatever it may be. Sure.
Yeah, that's an excellent way to state that concept, I think.
All right, so back in stadium, said it was their side. Taylor Sander has confirmed that with his service. An ace and a bigger lead, and that's vintage T-Crabbs.
Vintage, yeah. Sander got the assist from the tape and then went sideline for back-to-back spaders. I mean, he is just an absolute weapon from behind the end line.
It's dropped into the bracket already. Kleiman and Ross have advanced. They will play at 4 p.m. to try and get themselves into Sunday. 17-11 now.
Again, good aggression from T-Crabbs. A little bit of kind of some loose contacts. Taylor Sander puts up a pretty nice set. Still a little deep off the net. Crabbs goes up aggressively and whaps it up the middle.
Kleiman and Ross will head back to the players' tent, and they await the results of Capers Muno, and that is Day. If you don't remember, that is now her changed name, her maiden name being Day. Cannon and Kraft, the other pairing. Well, on-2 action, staying alive for Caldwell and Cook. If they're going to get back into this, it seems like they're on the right side. What do they need right now to score 4 points, let's say?
Well, I mean, first of all, I don't think they can get too far ahead of themselves. I think they got to just focus on this play right here. How can I hit my best serve? Try and get the Taylors out of rhythm offensively and see if we can't start there.
There you go. That's pretty good. And it's an even better pass from Taylor Crabb, who swings at it. Yeah, it's a good serve by an even better
Yeah,
player.
sometimes that's just the way it goes. You know, there's sort of no pictures on the scorecard. They say that's as great of a serve as you can hit, I think. And Taylor Crabb just made a remarkable pass to make it look like an easy side out.
Back to Caldwell on that side. Sander into the net himself. That'll have to be popped over. Crabb, not enough, just below the level of the net. That would have been fun.
That would have been great because it would have teed up just an absolute feasting from T-Crabbs. Sander made the right play. He thought, you know, he knew that was his only shot, as if that got into the net. Patient, got low, ready for it.
Sometimes I'm amazed, actually most times I'm amazed at Taylor Crabb. Even if he doesn't make the play, the read to be in the right spot. There's a crawler for the winner. That'll help out. 18-14.
Yeah, going back to your question, maybe they could hope for 4 of those.
Yeah, it is the best serve in volleyball. Aim at the cable and hope that it crawls over.
Great coach of Phil and Nick in the 2021 Olympic Games, Jason Lockhead, now spearheading the New Zealand beach volleyball program, would actually train for that. Hitting flat float serves at the tape and to try and see how many out of 10 he could get to crawl over.
Not a huge advantage here for Caldwell and Cook. Out hitting Sander and Crabb. And some of that might change. Left-handed from Taylor Sander. Yeah, you don't have that in your repertoire. They are at match point.
How about the pace on that swing from Sandy?
Yeah, remarkable. Looking like Micah Christensen.
Yeah. It's one thing to make clean contact with your offhand, but to put that kind of whip on it.
For the match. That ball is wide, and this match is over.
That's out of bounds, and that'll do it. Taylor Crabb.
And just as you mentioned earlier, Kevin, just a consistent performance from the Taylors. They were just relentless. They never really let up on Caldwell and Cook, and so those guys just couldn't find any comfort level whatsoever.
It has to be hugely frustrating to face the Taylors, who are just ruthlessly efficient and relaxed. The #1 seed moving on. So they are into Sunday, and they're just going to go back and take a look at the bracket and see who they might face. We'll have to wait and see who comes out of that Contenders bracket showdown that will continue as the day moves on. Bourne and Chalk, Allen and Lottman yet to come to get one position into that other semifinal. The 3 and the 7. Good tournament so far for Allen and Lottman to still be in it where they are.
Good squad.
Now Paul Lottman, an Olympian himself, along with Billy Allen, of course, incredible veteran, now coaching and continuing his role as an elder statesman in the game. A whole generation of players have hung around for a very long time, and that's been good for the sport as well as you, the fan. And this one, #1 seed, it kind of looked like it throughout, Rich.
Yeah, they were very smooth. There was a couple loose plays from both sides here and there, but no conceivable dip from the Taylors, and they just never let up on the other side. That equaled the smooth victory.
Yeah, you said you wanted more aggression after kind of a slower start in the first 10 points or so, and you definitely got that. A bunch of hard swings, including that left-hander late from Taylor Sander, who continues to showcase his myriad of skills. And Taylor Crabb, of course, the ultimate volleyball grinder, the highest level grinder you'll ever find. Hug, handshake, and moving on one step closer to an AVP League berth. Here's what we have coming. You're going to look at the #1 seed, Sharon Cloth and Kristen Nuss. They're coming up next, Humana Paredes and Wilkerson. This is a showdown, a worldwide showdown. A couple of teams headed to the Olympic Games. Humana Paredes and Wilkerson representing Canada. Cloth and Nuss will be wearing the red, white, and blue. And then we'll continue on with those other matchups, men and women, yet to come. Thanks for being with us here in Huntington Beach. We'll see you next time you're on the sand.